So, Jiri Prochazka versus Jamahal Hill has finally happened. I'm going to start off by saying something a little blasphemous. I think Jamahal Hill has gained some positive reception despite ultimately losing by TKO in the third round. But Jiri, I feel like old Jiri would have lost to Jamahal Hill, but we did see a new and improved Jiri Prochazka. This was the opposite of a Dominic Reyes 2.0 versus Ryan Spann situation. Jiri Prochazka was on point. He did take some really interesting shots from Jamahal Hill. But what was interesting in the third round, I had it 1-1 going into the third, and I was like, this is a really awesome fight. Like, this actually qualifies for fight of the year, in my honest opinion, because I felt like they were 1-1 going into the third. While Jamahal Hill, obviously he got dropped in the first round, but then you look at where he was at. He was like, second round, he gained up some ground, and then he hurt Jiri in the body in the third, and then he rushes in, and then that's when Jiri capitalized and got all fluid and counter-shotted him and closed the show. Is it over for Jamahal Hill? I don't think so. I honestly think him versus Roundtree sounds very plausible now because he's obviously not at the top, but I think he's still got tread on the tires. He's still got some damage to recover from after that fight. And I know Roundtree's going to be looking to get back in there around the same time he recovers. So I think that's a perfect fight to make up. They're going to make that one happen, but unfortunately they didn't. And, you know, Jiri came out on top, and Jamahal Hill was, honestly, I think he was a class act for now. I'm going to have to wait to see what his reception outward is. I might take that back because I know that after the fight he likes to play some crazy statements. Then after the fight, I actually watched his MMA guru interview, and it kind of seemed like he was like wanting to play the heel too. So I don't know if all this is intentional. I don't know if he's rage baiting or if he's really just trying to do that stuff. But obviously, an Alex Pereira rematch is going to be off the table. Now, Alex Pereira, third fight for Jiri. I don't know if Jiri brings that. I think he could possibly give Alex some new issues. We'll see. We'll have to see. I think that once you lose in two devastating fashions like that to Alex Pereira, I don't know. But I think, honestly, Alex Pereira needs to get through Magomed Ankalaev first to really round out his resume and fight a really good wrestler at light heavyweight. And obviously, Blachowicz also has great grappling. But I think Ankalaev is just a little bit better by that margin. So we will have to wait and see, you know, but the winner of that fight could definitely fight Jiri Prochazka next. I think Jiri has definitely shown that his game has evolved. But I want to go back to what I opened out with. I know the fans hate Jamahal Hill, love to hate on him right now. He's really gotten his target on his back. He's painted that on him himself, and I think a lot of it is almost kind of intentional. But I have to take a deep breath before I say this. The way he handled it right now was pretty good. It seemed like it was nothing but respect between him and Jiri Prochazka, and he did have some good moments in those fights. Not as good as Jiri's, but he had some good enough moments in his fight where he looked like if he were to use his fight IQ differently, he could have won that. Or if he was fighting old Jiri, who was a little more stiff. Because that's the one thing I realize now that Jiri had going for him is he was more fluid. He just seemed like he moved better this fight. If it was a stiffer Jiri, I think that Jamahal Hill could have beaten him. But unfortunately, Jiri did take his evolution seriously. When he lost to Alex Pereira a second time, he said, I either have to evolve or I have to stop fighting altogether. And he chose to evolve. And his fighting spoke for itself. So yeah, Jiri's probably going to go move on to challenge for the title one last time. And then you're going to have Jamahal Hill probably move down in the rankings to face Khalil Roundtree. But this was honestly a great smoke clearing to this fight. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Later.